Wicked for Good is hitting theaters this week, so we thought there's no better way to get into the mood than to get into all of the witchy chatter.
Coolmates Entertainment presents Not Another Spooky Podcast.
Hey Ghoster Squad, welcome back to Not Another Spooky Podcast, aka your favorite spooky slumber party. I'm Mandy Spooks.
And I'm Rabbit Loves Horror. We're just two lifelong besties keeping the spook alive together all year.
Today we're celebrating the premiere of Wicked for Good, so we're going to be getting into all of the witchy vibes by chatting a little bit on our thoughts about Wicked Part 1 and all about our favorite witches. So to set the vibe for this episode, let's get into some slumber party shenanigans with a game of Bone, Marry, Slash. Okay, so if you had to bone, marry, slash out of this lineup of wicked witches, or not so wicked, who would you pick between Elphaba, Glinda, and the Wizard of Oz?
The Wizard of Oz is such a wild card in this. It's like what are you doing here? But also he fits perfectly in here because he is the wizard. I thought we said we were gonna make these easier.
I know, right? But then if it's easy, like, there'd be no conversation to it. It'd be like, well, obviously I would do this.
True. Okay, so for sure my automatic slash is the wizard. He is a fake. He is a phony. I want nothing to do with him. I want him out immediately. And then this is where it gets kind of hard for me.
I know. I feel like it should be obvious, but it's not.
No, I know. I feel like the obvious answer for me is to marry Elphaba and bone Glinda. But I don't know. Just Glinda is so much fun. Like, I feel like she would be just a fun person to be around. Maybe she doesn't stand for everything as much as Elphaba does. But I don't know. This is so hard because she's such a fun gal. But I think I would stick to my instinct and bone Glinda and marry Elphaba. I don't know. I feel like our views would be aligned. Like we'd have a peaceful marriage. But yeah, it'll all work out. What about you?
Okay, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid now and say that I have never seen the Broadway show, right? That's the correct way to say it. I don't even know. I'm not a musical girly. So I do not know what happens in Wicked for Good. Like, I don't know what happens in this second. Is it the second act? I don't even know. I feel so dumb right now.
Yeah. It's the first act and then, second act, yeah.
So I have no knowledge other than what I can infer from my context clues with The Wizard of Oz and Wicked Part 1. But yeah, I will definitely slash the wizard. Not a vibe for me in any form. My hot take without having knowledge of everything is that some people are just afraid and not strong enough to stand up for what's right sometimes. I think some people are bad, but sometimes, like, some people are just not mentally strong enough to stand up for themselves in general. And I've experienced that a lot in real life, too. I don't know. That is so hard because it feels like wrong picking Glinda over Elphaba.
I know.
But Elphaba is just, like, not a vibe. Like, it would be very heavy all
She's very
the time.
Serious. Yeah.
Like, and I feel like with Glinda, it would just be fun all the time, like you said. But also, I think we'd be competing a lot. Because, like, we both want to be the center of attention. So, I don't know. That's really hard. Can I just slash all of them?
Not slashing all of them.
Wait. Can I slash the wizard and just bone Elphaba and Glinda? And I don't even need to. I just need, like, a girls' day with Elphaba. But, like, or, like, she can be my mentor at being a stronger person. but like I don't need her in a love capacity whatsoever.
That makes sense. I think every season we can have one where we don't. This is like your free pass. Like, you don't have to marry anybody.
Okay, fine. That's a new thing. Season 3. I'm passing. My
You're a
hall
single
pass,
lady.
the opposite of a hall pass. Yes, I choose me.
Yeah,
That's what a real witch would do anyway.
exactly. Yeah, that makes total sense now.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
It's hard,
Even
yeah.
worse than having to choose between Frankenstein. Oh my gosh. All right. I guess it's time to get in the spooky mood because that was just too much. So let's get into the spooky mood for today's main event of witches. So grab your notebooks and pencils because Slash is in session. Oh, sorry, I got out of breath. That was such a crazy round. Sorry, serious face, guys. This is a serious subject. Today's lecture takes us way back, long before broomsticks, cauldrons, or Salem, or little witch hats. The very first witch story ever recorded comes from ancient Mesopotamia over 4,000 years ago. There seems to be a lot of spooky history in this place if you've been listening to previous episodes. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of humanity's oldest stories, we meet Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, but don't let that title fool you. Ishtar, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Ishtar was, this is the most chaotic / session, I'm sorry guys. Ishtar was feared for her power to enchant, seduce, and destroy. When Gilgamesh rejected her advances, she sent the Bull of Heaven to punish him. But if we're talking actual mortals accused of witchcraft, that dates to the 2nd millennium BCE in ancient Sumer and Babylon. Clay tablets described rituals for banishing witches, complete with incantations, wax dolls, and spell jars, the same ingredients that echoed throughout witchcraft for centuries. These early tales painted witches as people, aka mostly women, who could summon spirits, cast illness, or control fate. It may sound terrifying to antiquated mindsets, but to us ghouls, it's just a typical night of self-scare.
This is all new information for me.
Right?
I've never heard of Ishtar. And the Bull of Heaven, I am very interested to see who the heck and what the heck that looks like. So I'm going to Google it really quick.
Me too. Sometimes I'm so in the zone that I'm like, don't side quest right now, Mandy. Interesting. Very, very crazy. Like, oh wait, Bull of Heaven is a band as well.
It's just a bull. Bull of Heaven was a creature. Yeah, it's just like a mythological bull breathing fire, similar to a bull in Greek mythology. Oh, I don't know why I was in my mind when you said Bull of Heaven, I was thinking of just like this majestic white bull with like a halo and wings. I don't know what I was thinking, but it was not what this picture is showing me. It just looks like a regular bull.
That's funny. Let's see. It's an act of divine retaliation to punish his hubris and disrespect. The bull wreaked havoc, drying up rivers and destroying the land, a devastating show of the god's power impacting mortal affairs. Interesting.
Interesting. That's new to me. I like it.
New Halloween costume.
I know, right? The Bull of Heaven.
So I'm gonna kind of side quest here because I just think it's like a good time to ask this question. But I feel like let's just get right into the witchy talk of, do you believe in witchcraft?
I guess to an extent. I feel like love potions, not really. Like, I don't think you can't make somebody fall in love with you and things like that. But I do believe that there is kind of like I don't know, kind of like in the craft, like what you put out there is what comes back to you. And I feel like it's all about intentions that you put out into the world. And I feel like I I feel it's kind of witchcrafty of me, of thinking that like whatever you put out into the world is what's gonna come back to you. So at least for me, I try to be a good witch and try to put positive things out and not to be hateful. And it's worked out for me so far. I mean, I think my life is okay. I mean, it's nothing amazing, but I like it. So I think it's all about intention for me. So if you're putting out good intentions, I feel like your life is good. But if you put out bad intentions and want to harm people, I feel like that kind of energy just comes back at you, and I don't know, to do things to your path in life, I guess you can say. What about you?
I feel like before this year, I would have been like a hard no. I don't believe in it. But it all kind of shifted when a good friend was actually like telling a story about someone else in her life that was being negative. And she was like, don't put that into the universe. Like, your words are spells. And that like hit me so hard because I've always talked about like being magical and like believing in yourself and all this stuff, but like I had never really like connected that thought of like what you put out is what you like literally send out into the universe. And so like I hate when people say like, oh, I have such bad luck or I'm cursed or like dramatically, because it's like then you're kind of like accepting that is your fate, if that makes sense. And there's been such weird coincidences in my life this year and that have just been like, wait, is astrology real? Is witchcraft real? Because like I used to be such a naysayer about it, like rejected and be like, no, like I believe like manifestation is dumb. Like you do what you put in the hard work and it happens for you. But like it's just weird. Like I found out this year that like one day of the year, like a specific date in the year, is a day that like insane catastrophic events have happened in my life, like breaking my leg, getting let go from my job, like all these things. I'm like, why does this always happen on the same day? I'm afraid of this day now.
Oh my God. That is strange.
Yes. And then I looked into it and then it was like apparently the year that started in 2019 started this like huge cycle for me astrologically. And then this year was like the end of that cycle that was going to push me into the next phase of my life, according to astrology. And here I am, a filmmaker. And I don't think that would have happened if I hadn't lost my job. So it's just been this weird, like, is it real? Like, that's such a weird, very specific coincidence. But that kind of led me to kind of exploring like tarot cards and a little bit of like a witchy mindset. And now I kind of feel like, I don't know that actual like spells are real, but I think that witchcraft is a lot about mindset for me. So like I wouldn't tell people, oh yeah, I'm a witch or I practice witchcraft, but I think that there's a lot to be said about like having a magical mindset. Oh my God, did I just create something? Trademark. Magical Mindsets by Mandy Spooks, sold in all your favorite spooky stores.
I love it already. So I guess, so you're kind of like going towards the feeling of thinking that astrology is kind of real? Is that a true statement?
I kind of feel like it, and I feel so silly saying that, but I kind of do.
Okay, interesting. Well, I only ask because you and me are both Leos.
True.
But we're totally, completely different personalities. But I think you're like a real Leo. I think you're like right in the middle, right? Are
I'm
you
a
like
super
right?
Leo.
You're super Leo. And I am on the cusp. And I think maybe that has to do something with why I don't fully identify with a Leo and why maybe I'm not, like, the description of a Leo is just not me. I'm like the complete opposite. So maybe being on the last day of Leo, which is August 22nd, is the last day of Leo. That's my birthday. Maybe that kind of like threw a wrench in the universe's plans, because like the universe is going to be like, this is a Leo. And then I was born on the 22nd and I'm like, actually, you're not a Leo. You're a cusp. And it just like threw everything off because I don't know. I never relate to like the Leo descriptions or anything that it predicts, really. So I'm like in a weird area where I want to believe in it, but then also I'm like, what doesn't make sense?
Well, let's see what the Google says. I'm far into this. To me, it's because like I'm sorry, I don't know if people are like astrology and witchcraft are different, but they're
I
kind of
know.
the same. Like the witches I know are like they do their new moon rituals and like new moons related to astrology. It's all very convoluted to me. But I
Yes.
just did Leo Virgo cusp. Before I read this, I also want to note that I do think this podcast has like literally like pulled the Leo out of you a little bit.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe the Leo is
Mr.
like
Credit
deep,
Hog.
deep. Yeah. I think the Leo is like deep, deep in me, and I'm working on getting it out, but it's a work in progress.
Okay, I literally Googled, you're a Leo Virgo cusp, right?
Correct.
Okay, and I don't know much about astrology, but it says leadership and service combines Leo's natural leadership with Virgo's service-oriented drive to create a royal healer who leads with both charisma and compassion. Balance of hard work and play. They understand the need to balance responsibility with pleasure, blending Leo's pleasure-seeking nature with Virgo's routine-oriented focus. If you're not watching the video to this, you should, because I literally keep pointing at me and then back at Rabbit.
That is describing us.
They possess both a powerful, creative, and passionate side in their Leo and a critical thinking, analytic side in their Virgo, making them great problem solvers. Can command attention and take charge with natural confidence. I think you want to be that, but you don't allow yourself to be. Capable of handling complex details and thinking critically, which I literally throw you all my research. Their sense of responsibility makes them dependable. The most dependable person in my life, can turn challenges into opportunities and are skilled at finding ways to succeed. Can be overly critical of themselves and others, leading to stress, can get lost in analysis and miss the bigger picture. Their drive and perfectionism can sometimes lead to burnout.
Wow. That is like somebody reading my whole personality.
Why haven't you ever looked it up? Like, out of curiosity?
I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I just never have. I always bring it up like, oh yeah, I'm a Leo Virgo cusp, but I don't know what it means. But I've never like sat down and Googled and read it, which is so strange because, yeah, I feel like that is maybe like 90% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I don't know why, like my mind went straight to my work personality, I guess you can say. Is that a thing? Do people have like work personalities and then, like,
Yes.
regular
I think
personalities?
so. Or I do, at least.
I feel like my work personality, when I first got into this position, which was like, I don't know, 3 years ago, I was very like shy, very timid. And then now I feel like I have kind of like grown into my position and then also been, I don't know, like felt more confident in it, where people come to me and ask questions, ask for advice, which is really weird. And when people come to me, I don't know, I'm still getting used to it, that people come to me for like problem solving, or like I was saying, like critical thinking, like thinking about how to go about a certain process. And I don't know, I guess it's just like clicking something in my brain right now where I'm like, wait, that is kind of correct for my work personality.
Yes, I think you have, for me, it's the balance part too, because in a way you have kind of forced me, like, I think we're both holding each other accountable with this podcast, for example, but also seeing how you have approached content creation in general has been really eye-opening for me, because every time you've taken like a break, I have this little fear in me of like, oh, he lost interest or he's frustrated with it and he doesn't want to come back to it. And then out of nowhere, it's like, Rabbit Loves Horror just posted. And I'm like, oh my God, he's back. He's like the queen of ballet.
I know. I haven't posted in a while also, but it's not that I'm quitting. It's just like, I need a break. I need to think about what I want to put out. Because
Yeah.
I have a few drafts that I have right now that I haven't really edited and put out there. But yeah, I'm like, feel like I just need to wait for the right moment. And I don't know. I think about things way too much also.
Overly critical, you mean?
Yes, overly
like the
critical of
Google
everything I do. Yes.
Yeah, no, so I just feel it's kind of like it's a compass. Like astrology is the compass, and you kind of use that to kind of like guide your mindset a little bit. And
Yeah.
sometimes like it so far I haven't had anything that is like, oh, maybe you should think twice about the direction you're going in, girl. Mostly it's been like, yeah, you're on the right track. So I'm like, yeah, I kind of like this. So,
It's
but I don't
encouraging
know
you.
if that's, yeah, I'm like, I don't know if that's just like how it always works, where like it's naturally created for you to feel like reinforced in your decisions, or if maybe there will come a time when it's like, oh, I did not consider it from that perspective. So yeah, I guess I'm more open now than ever, but I think it is more mindset than it is actual like witchcraft, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have another question that's regarding to uh, astrology. Do you believe? So I think right now Mercury is in retrograde. Do you ever feel those effects, or do you not follow when that happens?
I don't consistently follow it, so I can't say if I do or don't. It used to come up a lot earlier in my career, oddly enough. Like something would break it and be like, oh, it's because Mercury's in retrograde. And it always was, like when people would say that.
Really?
Yeah. But that hasn't come up in my life recently, so I can't attest to it. I don't even know how often that happens.
I know it happens a couple times a year, and I believe I only know this because Menser Mangul posted, I think today or yesterday, that Mercury was in retrograde, and I'm hoping nothing is going to happen because we have plans and we can. Which I guess makes sense because the world right now, we're trying to get to Mexico for a vacation, and then all this stuff is happening at the airport. So I guess maybe it is kind of
See, but then it's
going
like, is
crazy.
it coincidence or is it,
Yeah,
and that's how I feel too. Like, is it just a coincidence that I had major life events the same day, 5 years apart? Or was it meant to be? Was it written in the stars that those days were meant to be catastrophic for me?
yeah. So much to think about and analyze.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just see it as like a compass. Like I said, I
Yeah,
use it to guide me, but I'm also not going to like live my life religiously by it either.
that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's a good mindset to have.
Okay, I'm sorry I digressed a lot. But I don't know. I was just like, this seems like a great time to ask whether you believe in this or not.
Yes.
All right, Ghosters, it's time for our favorite chat of the week, keeping the spook alive.
It's alive. It's alive.
All right, Rabbit, how are we keeping the spook alive?
Alrighty, so for this week to keep the spook alive, we both watched Wicked Part 1 to get in the mood for the new movie Wicked for Good coming out soon. And I don't know how many times I've rewatched this new movie. Maybe 3 times. I haven't rewatched it a lot of times, but I feel like 3 times is a lot for me. But I have seen the musical maybe 4 times already.
Dang.
I know. I have to say, Menser Van Gogh is a Wicked, like, fangirl. Like, loves Wicked. So when we first started dating, he took me to my first Wicked show, and I like totally fell in love with it. I had heard the songs before because my old roommate used to love the soundtrack, so he would play the songs over and over and over. So I was very familiar with the songs, but I didn't know how they all kind of like connected and created a story. So watching it was amazing, and it is definitely one of my favorite shows to go watch, one of my favorite musicals to go watch. And every time it comes into town in the Southern California area, we always go to it, whether it's like in like the Southern Orange County area or up in Los Angeles. We always make it a point to go watch it. And Mansour Van Gogh has probably seen it like 10 times, like getting close to 10 times. Like he's like a super fan girl over this
That's
show.
crazy. That's good
But
though. I mean, that's nice to
yeah.
see a fandom like that.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I love it. And I guess our first question is, how did you feel when Wicked Part 1 came out?
Oh man, that is such a loaded question. So I kind of talked about this in the original Not Another Spooky podcast, but I went in blind to see this movie, and I had no knowledge of what this movie was about. Like I had no idea that it had this like major political undertone to it, and then it came out like right after the election, which was insane timing. And I still don't fully understand why that's not like a bigger headline. Like I don't know why. Like I feel like it's there but it's not. Like people don't talk about it in a weird way. And I had made a really good friend last year, and we had very different viewpoints, and I had ultimately like made the decision that I couldn't stand by someone who didn't like understand how important human rights in general are. And so watching this movie wrecked me. Like by the end of it, like even Rudy knew, because like it was literally like watching like exactly what I had just experienced. And so like I was not okay. Like even just thinking about it, like I'm not still emotional about what happened, but I'm like just remembering how I felt in that moment was just so crazy. And it was ironic because she was such a Wicked fan.
Oh
like
my
we
God.
had plans to go see this movie together, and I'm like, the irony of this, man.
Oh, she missed the
So
point.
yeah, and I was like dead, like literally, like I was embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, people are gonna be like, this girl is having like the most insane reaction right now, because I don't think anyone else was crying in my theater.
Really?
Like I was a mess, like bawling. Everything was like red, like ugly crying over the ending.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was just like so, like on top of the friendship part, it was just like so in alignment with like what was happening in our country. And so, yeah, I was not okay.
That's crazy because, yeah, I mean, I knew that it was going to be very emotional going in because I've seen it before, like in the musical. But yeah, I was in tears in the dance sequence. I want to go to like the Oswald the ball.
Yes!
The ball. That was like hurtful cry. Like I was trying to like hold my tears in, and it was like hurting me because I didn't want to, I don't know, start bawling in the theater.
Yes.
And the girl next to me, she was feeling it too. Like me and her were like stiffly nonstop. But then yeah, the end was just it just like was like a gut punch, and all the emotions started coming out. So funnily enough, I think throwback to season 1, Woman in Black, when that came out, and I was like not okay after watching that. I think it was after that movie or after this movie. I told Menser, I was like, please do not get up right away after we finish watching an emotional movie, because I need to sit there in my feelings and I need to get it out. And I don't want to be walking around in full tears trying to hold my crying in. So I think when we go into Wicked for Good, I'm going to tell Michael, please do not get up right away. Please give me 10 minutes to just sit and recover, because I know I'm not going to be well after this. I don't think Mensa Rangel's going to be well after the Wick for Good either. So I think we're just going to sit there for a couple minutes and recuperate.
For the rest of the night.
Yeah.
That is your home now.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but yeah, I honestly didn't even answer your question directly, but I agree. Like the dance scene, especially because like, again, first time ever experiencing this story. So like I had hope with the dancing. I was like, this is so beautiful. She's having a change of heart. And then by the end, it just like completely rips you to shreds.
I know. Yeah.
And like, I think it's funny because I'm a huge Ariana Grande fan. Like I have always loved her. I knew she was going to do phenomenal in this. Holy shit, she like surpassed the high expectations I had, which is insane. Like it is so hard to do that. But she's just so likable. And it makes it so hard. And also, there's like, I don't remember what scene it is. I don't even remember if it's said, but I feel like a really implied thing about this film is that like everyone has experienced someone like Glinda in their life.
Yeah.
Where they pretend to be like that good girl or the good person, and you can see right through it that it's not, that they're just being this passive aggressive person. And so it's just like a huge lesson for girlhood too, I think. And we all have to experience it. We all have to go through that like one relationship where you learn like this person was not as genuine as they were pretending to be.
Yeah, I agree with that. And to go back to Ariana, before going into this movie, I was never really a huge Ariana fan. I mean, I like her popular songs, like, well, that's a cute song, like Seven Rings and her whatever other like top hits she's had. So in a way, I kind of had low expectations for Ariana because I was like, oh, it's just, I don't know, it's Ariana Grande, it's whatever. But then within the first minute, I was like, oh my gosh, wow, this is not Ariana Grande. Like, she's actually playing Glinda. Like, when I was watching the movie, I totally forgot that it was Ariana Grande. Like, I was just watching Glinda. And yeah, she was amazing. I think, weirdly enough, she was my favorite character after watching Wicked Part 1. Like, she was like stand out for me. I was like, wow, she did such a good job.
Yeah, she's so good. And I like have so much respect for her. Like, I think, I hate to make this about myself and compare myself to like huge celebrities, but like I just resonate so much with her journey right now because like she completely, like, her fans have missed her so much, like being active as an artist. But she like literally, I don't remember if this is accurate or not, but I think she canceled a tour in order, or like a show or something, in order to be able to make this film. And then she's like completely focused on just this craft. Like,
Yeah.
Wicked was her whole life. And it's just been like so hard for me. Like, we talked about this last week where like I realized I can't do the podcast and do a film. And so I've been seeing all of these quotes come out from like her interviews now. And she just finally dyed her hair dark brown again. And she talked about how like through the process she really wanted to like embody Glinda and like live in her world, but now she feels like, okay, like that chapter is ending and people can see Glinda for what she is, and now like they can see me healed from this journey. And I'm just like, oh my god, like I have to like complete, like if I want to be an expert in a craft, I have to just do that craft. And it's so hard for someone who has like so many passions, and like I don't even know how she did that, like to like walk away from her, I think she calls them her Arinators.
Arinators?
Arinators? I don't know. I might be wrong. So I don't know. I just have so much respect for her to be willing to like put pause on her music the way she did, to like live in this entirely different craft that was her dream. Like for years, like the way I always say, like I want to work for Blumhouse, like since she was a kid, she always said she wanted to be Glinda. But even then she said like if I had to not be Glinda, I would still be Elphaba, like, but she wanted to be Glinda. And like it's just so crazy, like what an inspiration it is to see someone that like worked their entire lives for that goal. And so like everything she's talking about now is just like, okay, how do I embody that mindset? I gotta embody that mindset of like, this is the goal, not like don't let the distractions keep you from like learning that craft, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think like we kind of got into our next question was like, what were you expecting? And we were not expecting that. Or at least I wasn't. I wasn't expecting such a like amazing performance, and for me to become, I think I'm an Arinator,
I think.
I can't even say it.
Am I right?
I'm
I
kicked
wrong
out.
on that?
I'm kicked out of the club.
You're kicked out of the club. Arianator. Oh my god, Arianator? Arianator. I can't pronounce it. It's Ariana Tors. Arianator. Arianator. Oh my god.
So it's like a Terminator, right?
Yes. I always thought it was just Arinators, but there's an A.
Arianators?
Oh my god.
That sounds weird. Either
Ari
way, I
and
think I'm part of them because that was just amazing.
yeah, I'm sorry. Every time I try saying it, I'm like, I'm gonna get it right, and then it's like, no.
Just sounds off for some reason.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
But yeah, I am too. Like, and I actually went to go see her on her Dangerous Woman tour.
Oh,
So
did you?
Danny, my other best friend, he is a huge fan. Like, he's gone to almost all her tours. Like, it's his Katy
Wow.
Perry. So I went to the Dangerous Woman tour, and like to this day, I still wish I could relive it. Like, it's almost as close as the California Girls tour.
Really?
So yeah, it's just like, yeah, I've had my moments with Ari. I was not surprised. So like, expectations wise, like, yes, she surpassed them, but I wasn't surprised about it, and I don't know what I expected from the film. Like, I really just don't know what I expected.
I expected to not like it as much as the musical because I felt like the musical was just too good to top, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, there's no way the movie's going to do better than the musical, because the musical is just, I don't know, like gold. Like, it's the blueprint, I guess you can say. And I was excited for certain things to see how they kind of turned a scene into a movie from rather than just like on a stage. So that was like, okay, that's going to be cool to see what they're kind of like envisioning what's happening in the scene without it being just like on a stage. But it really did surpass my expectations. And I think I can speak for me and Menser and say that the movie soundtrack is like our default now to listening to the soundtrack. So if we listen to the soundtrack, if we want to hear Wicked or a certain song, we're going to listen to the movie version rather than like the theater or the stage version, which is crazy, which I did not think that was going to happen. I really thought it was going to be like good, but not as good. So it really surpassed my expectations, and we kind of both joke now that we're just waiting for good to come out because we'll never listen to the original soundtrack anymore.
Okay, but what if this one disappoints because you have that expectation now?
I don't know.
I don't think it
so.
will, but you didn't have that expectation before. You know,
That's
that
true.
it would be good.
High expectations.
But I feel like, yeah, my expectations were, I just knew that Ariana for sure was gonna be really good because like she literally like disappeared off the face of the earth. And like when you see Wicked, you see why. Like she was already a really good singer, but she like she was like, I will take voice lessons to audition for this. Like, she still did so much vocal work, and like I get so annoyed hearing everyone be like, oh my god, she like whitewashed herself and she changed so much because now she talks like this and she used to talk like this. And it's like, it's literally a vocal technique to save your vocal cords. Like, she is a like top tier vocalist. And so then seeing the movie, I was shocked because I didn't realize also the choreography. And then thinking about it from a filming perspective now, like all I did this weekend was I had to coordinate like some trick-or-treaters passing at the same time as another like actual actor. I was like, can you imagine like that scene with the books?
Yeah, Fierro. Yeah,
or
dancing.
Elphaba flying. Like that is so crazy. Like it took so much work to bring that film to life. Like, and I have respect for like the stage as well. Like I'm sure that is very hard. But, like, with filming, too, it's just, like, you have to time it all. Like, it all has to be blocked. You have to film all the right angles to, like, make it cohesive. Like, it was such a huge project. And I was like, oh, well, no wonder she disappeared.
Yeah, she had to dedicate her whole life to this role.
Yeah.
And
it shows.
Like you said, it shows. It definitely shows. It's like, wow, this is not what I was expecting. It completely surpassed my expectations. And yeah, I just can't wait for good. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And I guess that leads into our next question, which is, let me pull it up. What are you hoping for in Wicked for Good?
Sorry, before we move on, I also feel like we need to give Cynthia some kudos because, like,
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like we didn't even talk about her, and I don't want it to be like, wow, you guys didn't even talk about Elsa. Like,
well, funnily enough, that was going to be my next point with
okay,
Wicked for
okay.
Good. Um, in Wicked for Good, or in the second act, she sings one of my favorite songs in the movie, and it's when she's casting a spell. I don't know why I'm blanking on the song name, but she's just casting a spell. And I will say that even her battle cry, they call it the battle cry, where she does like her scream at the end. At first, I was a little hesitant. I was like, that's not how she sang it in the soundtrack to the musical. But now it's like the default. Like I can't even remember how uh
The
what's her
original
name?
was.
The original battle cry is like that got erased from my memory, and I only know Cynthia Erivo's because it is so good.
It is really good.
Okay, the song name is No Good Deed. And I don't want to spoil too much, even though it's not really a spoiler, but No Good Deed is, I think, going to be as powerful for me as the battle cry ending, just because that's like her turning point. That's where she turns from being this like person or this witch, or this woman with powers, wants to do good. And at that song, in that moment, she realizes that she can't go on or move forward being good anymore. She just has to do what she has to do. And it is an amazing song, and I can't wait to hear it. I'm like gonna cry right now.
You're telling me that, I'm like, after everything I just told you this morning.
It is so good, and there's like more to it. It's just like so many things happening in that moment, and it's just like her revelation. She's like, okay, this is it. This is I'm. You want me to be the Wicked Witch? I'll be the Wicked Witch, and it's just like gonna be such an epic moment, and I can't wait for it, and I can't wait to hear Cynthia Erivo's version, because I'm sure it's gonna be just as amazing as like the first soundtrack.
Yeah. And I want to say too, like, her acting was so emotional. I like heard about, sorry, I'm like at a loss for words. After watching the film, I saw clips about how that scene with the dance was so emotional that like she literally, like, it took everything out of her to film that scene, and I get why. And I don't know if you know this, part of that was improvised. Like, it was a
Really?
genuine reaction. I don't remember what part of it is, but there's something that Ariana did in that move. I didn't rewatch that part of the film. I didn't get that far in my rewatch. But there was something that Ariana did to like console her in that scene that was improvised. It was not in the script.
Maybe it was the touching hands,
I
because
think so.
I will say that scene, and this is why I like the musical more, is because that scene is so different in the musical. Because in the musical, I feel like Elphaba is just in that moment trying to seem like she's not embarrassed. Like, this is just
Yes.
this is I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I dance funny. This is just how I am in the musical. But in this version, in the actual movie, that Wicked Part 1, I feel like this is her kind of realizing, okay, yes, I am the weirdo, but this is me, and I'm okay with being the weirdo. Or in the theater, it was like more like, haha, whatever. You guys think I'm like a joke. And this was so much more serious, because I cried so much in that scene in the movie.
It's so good.
And I don't feel that same emotion when I watch the theater version or the musical version.
See, and I wish I had that like reference, because I feel like it would have been even more impactful for me.
Yes.
But either way, it was impactful. Sorry, while you were explaining that, the tear was not scripted, I don't think. That's how emotional it was for Cynthia, because like she really had to put herself in that like space of like, you are an outcast and this is how you're being treated. And so she cried, and then I think when she wipes the tear away, that was improvised.
Oh,
Like, all of that was like a real reaction from these two girls. So like when you see them crying on set and stuff, I'm just like, you guys don't understand. Like, they were put through the ringer. Like it is such an emotional thing to like make a film, and it's just like, dang, like this is wild. Like that's like top, like the dream for everyone who works in film. Like anyone who worked on that film is just like, the set design, the props, the choreography, like every single detail is just insane. I'm gonna be so mad if they don't win that Oscar.
I know. There's no way. I mean, it's just, everything is just so amazing. And the one thing that kind of sticks out to me about this movie is that the vocals are live.
Yes.
Like, how do you even do that? Like, that is just insane to me. One, how they can do all these like spinning and dancing and singing live, but then also the sound people. Like, how do you capture perfect sound with so much movement happening? Like all the dancing and the choreography. That is just insane to me, and I don't understand it.
It really is, because I learned that this weekend.
Like, how is there not
literally,
like one little ruffle of a microphone? Or
yes,
I just don't get it, how good it sounds.
100%. Yeah, we need like a whole episode with Mr. Spooks to answer all these questions,
to explain
because it's also, they have the crew and the budget to have the right materials to be able to do this. But in general, the fact that they can sing and execute these scenes, because it's not just like, oh, when Ariana's on a stage and she like dances and sings at the same time. It's like, well, no, you're like acting as someone else. You have to make your marks. You have to stay in character. You have to hit the notes perfect enough for like literally the film. Like, it is so much.
And multiple takes, because they're not just doing one take and be like, okay, next. It's like multiple over and over and over. And that just sounds so exhausting. Like, I don't understand how they do this. That is literally movie magic.
Yes, it is. It is. It's the dream. I'm telling you, it's so crazy. So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, and I don't know. It's just a lot to look up to with Ariana, to see that she's been able to do all the things, and that she, like you, she has mastered that balance of like, okay, right now I can't focus on music, but I'm gonna master like Glinda, and now Glinda's done, and she's like moving on to comedy, which she's also really good at. Like, it's just insane. And I feel bad, but I just don't know much about Cynthia movie. Like, before the film, I really had never heard about her before.
Same.
And even now, like, I'm ashamed to say, like, I don't really know what else she does, but I do know like her acting was phenomenal. Like, yes, the vocals were good, but I also just think it took a lot of emotional strength to play Elphaba.
Yeah, for sure. And I honestly think that this first film is where Glinda Ariana shines. And I really feel like this next film, for good, is going to be where Elphaba and Cynthia Erivo really shines. Not that they didn't shine in either one, but I feel like they're just going to like up the ante, at least for Cynthia Erivo, in this next movie. And it's going to be so good, and I'm so excited. But yeah, I feel like we did go kind of like fangirly for Ariana and not for Cynthia Erivo. But I feel I love them both. Like, I have nothing bad to say about either one of them in this film.
For sure. And I am looking forward to that, honestly. Like, I would love to see more of Elphaba in her power. And I'm hoping, because I don't know what the next one has to hold. But I'm also just so curious of like, how the heck, which you're gonna laugh because you know the answer to this, but I'm like, how the heck did Glinda get to the point where she's literally like in front of a crowd being like, oh, I used to know her and this is what happened? Like, girl, the audacity.
That's, can I just say, going back to the beginning, we went, because I obviously, if you've seen the musical, the theater, you know what's going to happen and you know how it all plays out. So when we went to the movie, within like the first minute, I was already crying. because that is pretty much the end of the movie, I guess, in a way.
Yes.
Where she's like, the Wicked Witch is dead. Everything's like solved and we're now going to move forward and be happy. So just seeing her facial expressions while she was singing. Like, she wasn't happy all the time. Like, she looked sad, she looked worried at some points, and just like her facial expressions while singing this supposed to be like happy song and like conquering this moment, her facial expressions were saying something different. So I was just like connecting the dots and connecting the pieces, like, yeah, I know what this means, because it's not all like rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm just excited for you to see everything and kind of like put everything in a full circle moment and realize like how these scenes like connect to each other. So I'm excited for you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous after what happened to me the first time.
I know. I feel like it's going to be worse.
Oh my god. And then to top it off, I'm like 99% sure that my first viewing of this film's going to be a screening. So I'll be there as Mandy Spooks. And I'm just like, I hope no one I know is there.
Just have like a do not disturb for 10 minutes, please. Give me some time.
Yeah. And then I'm like a feeler. Like, I feel everything. I'm not someone who goes, like, I could go to literally any movie, and if you asked me to, I would find a way to relate to it and bawl my eyes out no matter what movie it is.
Yeah. I'm just prepared to just cry my eyes out.
I need to take tissues with me. Like, I
Yes.
really have to take tissues with me. And I should try not to wear makeup, but then it sucks because, like, I'm there to create content.
Right.
So it is going to be, like, a whole thing. I'm so stressed about it.
Same here.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up with, like, maybe, like, a lightning round of the
Okay.
questions we had planned, because I don't think we had intended to fangirl so hard over
No, we didn't.
Wicked. Okay, so first one is, who's your favorite good witch?
Favorite good witch, I feel like, is Sabrina, the teenage witch, a good witch? I feel like she is.
Yes.
I'll go with her only because, not because like she's like powerful or anything, just because it's my nostalgic choice. Like,
Yeah.
when I
She's
was
like a
younger, that
default.
was always on TV. I would always look forward to like the Halloween episode. And I don't know, it's just like a nostalgic connection to Sabrina and the Teenage Witch, which is like the old version, not the new Netflix version, the older version. I don't know. And she just always made me happy. Melissa Joan Hart, she's cute. So that's my favorite good witch. What about you?
Literally the good witch.
That's her name.
Yes. Which is, oh my god, I don't even know her real name. Her name's Cassie. Her
Cassie?
Cassandra. Cassie. I discovered it last year. Oh my god, I had like so much I wanted to say about this, and it's a lightning round. But long story short, my mom used to watch the movies and the show, and last year was the first time that I watched The Good Witch. And for those of you who don't know or don't recall, last Halloween, I had my moment where I was like, I don't want to be a content creator. And I like quit, and I was like, I'm going to be a filmmaker, but I hadn't like fully figured out how that was going to play out yet. And so I watched this show. I binged all the movies. Like, that's
Oh
what
my
I
God.
did. I quit content, and I just watched so much TV and movies last year. What I needed it though. Like, I really needed that like recovery to remember why I fell in love with Halloween, because I watched all the Halloween movies too. But this show healed me because it's like fucking 4 to 8 movies plus a TV show series. And like, she's just this like good witch that like does not let anything faze her. Like,
Yes.
like what you were saying, she practices like literally putting out good energy and trusting that like if people treat her wrong, like it's gonna come back to them. Like, just really like the highest form of genuinely living to be kind to people and expecting, like, knowing it will come back all the time. And it put a lot into perspective for me. Like, it healed me a lot. And I also just want to say, this is going to be potentially like a crazy take for people. This is the good version of Gilmore Girls. Like, everyone who loves Gilmore Girls is good. I love Gilmore Girls. But there is a lot of entitlement, and Rory is a little brat. And the Good Witch is like all the vibes you like from Gilmore Girls, except the mom and daughter are not brats. I said what I said.
Okay, I know you said there was going to be a lightning round, but
I know,
think we
I'm
should
sorry.
go. We could go a little bit more because I also want to talk about the Good Witch.
Okay.
So you had told we were talking about the episode. And you're like, I want to talk about the Good Witch, and I was like, the what? Like Glinda? And you're like, no, it's like a Hallmark, and she has like a series and movies. So I found out that they were on Tubi, or the series is on Tubi. So I watched the first episode of the first season, and I kind of liked it. I did not expect to like it.
It's so cozy.
It's like a little corny, cozy, it's cute. But you know what's so funny? When you were speaking, I was like, oh, that's so funny because the Good Witch, the actress or the character is like out there helping other people and like little ways here and there. But then it's just funny that she also kind of like healed you in an indirect way as a
Oh
viewer.
my god.
Isn't that crazy?
It is
So
crazy.
I just thought that. I was like, oh wait, she's like the Good Witch in more ways than one, rather than just like in her element and doing good deeds to her neighbors and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was
It
weird.
really is. Yeah, like every episode is like like a life lesson almost sometimes. And like I don't know, like I've been through a lot of fucking shit the past 5 years, and it's not even like in retrospect now, like genuinely, have said so many times in the past 5 years, like, oh, I'm healed and I've moved past it and stuff. But it's like the first time that I'm like, everything happened for a reason, the way it was supposed to. I would have never landed like at this very moment if like all of that hadn't happened. And like, I think that is a really big part of witchcraft too, is that like trusting that you're always where the universe wants you to be for the bigger picture. And like that show was what I kind of like needed to like heal and accept like everything that had happened to me. And it was like the start. So like the substance was the spark for the horror, right? Of like, I want to do this, but there's still so many things I needed to heal from. And I think like the Good Witch was the start of that. And then it took like a whole year for me to really learn how to actually embody those values.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Interesting. I wonder if there's going to be like a new witch or like a new movie that kind of like launches you and continues the path of these other witches. That'd be so cool.
Hopefully. Sorry, that was not a lightning round at all.
I know. Oops.
Okay, well, the next question was, who's your favorite bad witch?
Oh my god. Okay, this is a hard one because I have so many, but I'm not going to say anybody from Wicked because we already talked about them too much. But I know we have different witches written out right now, and it's just so hard to pick from everybody.
I know.
I think I'm going to have to go with the Grand High Witch from The Witches, which is like a Roald Dahl movie or book. And again, my same reasoning is nostalgia. This is one of the movies that I grew up rewatching. The transformations from her is like next level. The practical effects in that movie are just insane to me. If you've never seen the original Witches, because I know there's a new one with Anne Hathaway, and I don't like that one. I haven't actually seen it, but I don't like it.
I haven't either, and I want to see it. I do want to see it.
I don't know how I want to see it. The CGI of her mouth, I'm like, I don't know why are you doing that? Like the practical effects are amazing. The way okay, can I explain one scene? I'm sorry, this is lightning round.
Yes, it's okay. This is no longer a lightning round.
So there's like a convention at a hotel, and all the witches are coming for their yearly convention, and they go to like an expo room, right? And they're like sitting waiting for the speaker to come out, which is the Grand High Witch. And when she comes out, she's like, okay, everybody tread into your witch form. And they all start taking off their wigs, and they start taking off like their coats, and they start taking off their mask. And I just cannot get over how that scene is like stamped into my brain. And yeah, I couldn't give my crown of favorite bad witch to anybody else other than the Grand High Witch.
Which is so funny because like when we were talking about it briefly we've never talked about that movie.
No, we haven't.
And I'm like, I had no idea this was like a thing for you.
Yeah. And Angelica Houston, I mean, she is just amazing. So
Yeah.
ugh.
I mean, it
Morticia,
makes
right?
sense. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, top tier for me. What about you?
That's tough. I feel like my favorite witches are the ones that like leave a stamp on me, obviously, that have changed me for good.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's already starting.
But it's hard to pick anyone else. Like, I don't want to pick her, but it's just like the obvious is Winifred, because like over the years I have learned that it is okay to be the stressed out badass witch. Poppy was like the first one who ever called me out on it like years ago. She told me like, don't be a Winnie when I'm stressed. She calls me Winnie. And she doesn't actually, she's only ever referenced it once, I think. But like it just resonated with me so much because that's literally how I get. Like once I'm stressed, I'm just like, I am calm. And it's like, no, you are not. But it is okay. People will still love you even when you step into that crazy power. And it's only like, again, barely now that it is hitting me that like that's the only way you can succeed sometimes is like if you are unapologetically as extra as you need to be to get what you want done. So like you can be the good witch and the bad witch, which is really crazy for me to realize because I've only ever known being like the one version. Like I've always like adjusted who I am based on who I'm interacting with, and it's the first time that I'm learning how to like be unapologetic about who I have to be in a certain moment.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, we're just a culmination of different witches, I guess you can say.
Yes, for sure. And then we become our own witch in that way.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay, so one last question is, if you were a witch, what magical spell would you want to cast the most often or like recurringly?
Oh my gosh, this is such a hard question. Dang. Do you have one? I'm like struggling to think.
I do.
Let's hear yours. Maybe I'll
I don't
get inspired.
even know if it's like this is magic, so we could do whatever we want for witches. I don't want anything well, it is insane, but it's like not even like I don't need more money or more things or more love. I just need more time all the time.
Ooh.
So like I wish I could cast spells to literally like pause the rest of the world so that I could just catch up. Like I wish I could just like pause and sleep so that like I'm not losing productivity time, or like pause so I could just finish Dreamlight Valley's event, or pause so I could get caught up on my film, or like do a script for the podcast the way I want. Like there's just never enough time. And I feel like most people can relate to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's something that a lot of people can relate to because there's just not enough time in the day to do what you want to do. Like I feel like everybody has like commitments they have to do, work, and that's just like something you have to do, not necessarily you want to do. So to pause time and kind of just like take a moment for yourself sounds really nice. But for me, I really don't know how else to answer this, but it really goes back to like if you had any superpower, what would you have? And for me, it's always teleportation. I don't know if there's a different term for that, like in witchy terms, but there's like so many things I can benefit from that. One, I hate being in traffic. I get really bad anxiety when I'm in like highway.
That's true.
And I can't, like, driving back from Santa Barbara, I was like a mess. Like a car would move and I would like flinch. Like I was just like terrified that I was going to die in a car crash on the highway. So if I can just get where I'm trying to go, that'd be amazing.
And you would save time too.
Yeah, and I'd save time. And then another thing is, reason why I would choose teleportation is I live in California by myself. Like my family is not here. Like everybody really it's just me and Michael. And then like some of our friends here. But everybody else like lives in a completely different state. So if I can just like teleport or just, appear right away somewhere, that'd be a time saver. And yeah, I just wouldn't have to be stressed all the time. Which is why I don't want to go home for the holidays this year, because I just know it's going to be insane. So I'm like, yeah, top version, just get me there before I got to go.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. In my head, I'm like, well, I could pause and use that time to like drive and make up for time that everyone else will be
True.
driving. But I don't know. I wonder like how much time, like would I have more time if I used teleportation or my time spell? Because you'd still have to like drive
True.
and fly and all those things. So I think I'm going to stick to time though.
No, that's a good choice. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a very fun witchy episode.
Yes.
We will be seeing the movie so soon, which is crazy. So hopefully we'll be able to give a recap. I'm not sure how our schedules align or like the rest of the episodes, but we hope you Ghoulsters had fun hanging out at our spooky slumber party this week.
And remember, keep the spook alive and watch something spooky this weekend.
Until next time, sending you ghouls and kisses. Bye.
Bye.